You're going to create a Google form that embeds an article in chunks and has distributed summarizing activities for each chunk. This Google form uses sections to chunk the article into manageable pieces. Each section is named with the subheading of the article, or if the article doesn't have its own subheading, you can create a logical one, and that chunk of the article. Underneath each chunk of the article, you'll include a distributed summarizing activity. So if we scroll to the very top of this example, we have a hook to engage students with the article. Underneath, we have learning targets for the students, and we have a link to this Google form. We're going to collect their email address, their first name, their last name, and we also want to know what block they're in our class. The next section is the first part of the article, and we have a title that summarizes that section of the article, and we've included a distributed summarizing activity. This one happens to be a 3-2-1, but you can include a different one if you don't like this one. The next section is the same thing. It is the next section of the article with a subheading and a different distributed summarizing activity. This one is, how would you explain this to a fifth grader? Section 4 is the next part of the article with a logical subheading, and the distributed summarizing activity is a 6-word summary for this section. And then the last section of the article has a logical subheading and that chunk of the article. The summarizing activity is choose a phrase or sentence from this section that best summarizes the information. The last section just says, hey, pretty interesting stuff, and then reminds students to submit their form. So this Google form chunk takes an article, it could be from Newsela or it could be from a different site, and just chunks the article into logical sections, and then has students practice distributed summarizing after each section.